Alright, fuckers, welcome back to Practicing Portraits, an artwod roadmap, right? What is artwod? Fuck, portraits? Fuck, figures. Practicing figures, an artwod roadmap. What is artwod? The best platform in the world to teach you how to draw from imagination. They give you the work, not the shortcut work that lets you draw like this from imagination after 3 years and 9 months of practice, right? Who am I? I'm Viggy. This channel is a repository of my practice, 1 hour, 5 days a week, to prove that anybody, especially you, can learn to draw, right? By focusing on the one thing that we can control, which is the effort. Now get your pen, get your paper, and draw along. Let's put in as much effort as possible. And by the way, I did not feel like drawing today. I literally, again, it's fucking close to midnight, right? I was out the entire day and I just genuinely do not feel like exerting an excess amount of cognitive friction, right? Or entering within a state of excess cognitive friction. I simply do not feel like it. And yet, I will do exactly that, because that is exactly what must be done, right? And if I can do it, you can do it, right? Because inertia, right, the inability to move, right, staying still, is only difficult to get past in the first 5-10 minutes, maybe 15, right? It's very rare that a session occurs and I literally don't feel like drawing the entire session. I think that's only happened 5 times out of my 1,000 drawing sessions. 5 times it's happened where I've the entire drawing session in and of itself was extremely difficult to get through, right? But that's where mindset comes in, because once I'm in the mindset, I've already started thinking about the box, right? What am I doing? Again, I'm using a bounding box. The skill I'm building is the box that is essentially binding, right, the context, which is the mannequin, right? And the mannequin context will change. That's where interleaving comes into play. But the primary spatial reason skill that is being built is the ability to bind, to visualize, to zoom out, and to bind a box in within any mannequin, within any series of shapes within it, right? And having those series of shapes within it be aligned with the geometric calculations you make to that box, i.e. the diagonal cross sections in this context, right? In most contexts, like, it will be some sort of fucking calculation. But right now, like, as basic geometric as I can get, it's not easy. It is really not basic for a vast majority of people, but I'm at a level where this is basic to calculate for me. Is it easy? No, it's still not. It's not easy at all. And I'm trying to see through the box too. Right? I'm trying to calculate the box, right? See through it. But right now, and this mannequin, I need to again recall. Right? We're gonna use recall to remember exactly what I affirmed to myself that the box will be. Well, the box will be based on the size of the head, and it'll be exactly 3 heads wide and 3 heads tall. Right? It'll be both. They'll be the same width. It'll be an exact square box. Right? That is what I have determined for myself, right? And what the fuck happened to my voice? What the fuck? And I think that's a pretty decent structure. And right now I'm just trying to think about an angle that I can. There you go. Now I found an angle. I'm gonna make it go this way, right? But and by that way I mean, like, I'm gonna try to visualize a box that's going in this direction, and again the feet will be here, right? Because it's extremely difficult, because I've already started thinking about the box, I've already started thinking about the head, but it's extremely difficult to zoom out and to think about a oh shit, I already drew the goddamn head. But I need, again, because this head, and that's a mistake too, because it's extremely difficult to zoom out, think about the box, think about the diagonal cross sections, right? And then also think about the placement of the head as well as the length of the head, and then proportionally calculate that length 7 more times, right? And this is an estimate. I don't know if this is accurate, because it is based on an arbitrary metric that I've currently only visualized in my mind for the head, right? So I'm struggling a lot right now. I'm genuinely struggling a lot to even see the box, let alone the diagonal cross sections, because the main goal, the main skill at the end of the day is to make sure I can have the head accurately placed, the box accurately visualized and calculated in terms of the width, in terms of its width and length, right? And then its height, right? Its y-axis must also be accurately calculated, right? In terms of being the exact 8 heads tall. That's like the general golden, like that's the general standard used for the mannequin, right? So 8 heads tall, and then you know, fucking subdividing the feet and all that shit, or something like dividing into 2 and then placing the feet in the center line of the 2, right? I.e., if this is it's the same shit, but if the plane of the box is like this, then I have to divide it into 2, right? That's the center, whatever, and then divide it into 2 again, right? And then that's where the feet are, right? And the diagonal cross section that I'm using, like the diagonal that I'm using for the arms and the legs, will be the same because I'm going off because I realized Antonio uses the same mannequin. This is a stick figure mannequin. It is basically the prelude to the advanced mannequin, right? But right now I'm trying to think as much as I can about the length of the box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's the center, right? That's the center point of the box. So let's. And that could be wrong, but let's just start with this, right? This is the head width, and then this is the head length, right? Now we just have to see. We have to, and again, like that, this actually changed the box completely, but I still have to visualize this, right? It still changed the box, but I'm trying to zoom out while I'm doing this, but I'm incapable of doing so currently, right? But let's see. This is the box I'm using. There you go. Well, I actually didn't even mean to connect that, but let's see. And this is the neck, right? That's the neck cylinder. But anyways, we're getting ahead of we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Let's just finish this box. And dude, like I'm trying to like fucking what's it called? Calculate the width perfectly, like 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then I'm trying to see that, right? I'm trying to see that, and now project it outwards 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's roughly 8. I don't know if it is. Let's try that again. 2. See, it's supposed to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's the center, right? That's my center right there, and I'm trying to think about the exact box I have here, and then projecting it outward, like the box that I have. So 1 and 1 there, and then over there. So that's my box, right? So that's pretty good. I actually have a decent idea of my box, and then I have to make the feet right around here, right? So let's again bring that out, right? That's my box. This is roughly 8 heads tall. Being able to calculate that 8 heads tall is extremely cognitively taxing. Again, these are multiple things I'm holding in my working memory. The overall perspective, the diagonal cross sections, right? The overall perspective and the diagonal cross sections, and on every visible and invisible plane, right? This is the visible, that's invisible, right? I'm trying to hold all that together. I can barely do it, but I'm trying to hold it all together while also, again, get the proportions down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, is that wrong? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it's higher. What the fuck happened, right? Like, what the fuck? 2, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's like right around there. Okay, so I'm just gonna roughly make it right around here, and then if that's where the bottom plane of the head is, right, we have to make sure that it's exactly like the exact same width, right? So I'm trying to calculate the exact same width of the head while still making sure I'm trying to calculate the proportion, while also making sure the bounding box is being visualized and calculated consistently, and then trying to think about the width of this box in and of itself, right? And then I'm trying to divide it in half. Let's see, fuck me, this is so difficult. But I'm trying to divide it, and this is exactly the error recognition. This is exactly where I want to be. Like, this beautiful, this incredible feeling of not being able to understand is exactly what we want, right? Like this feeling right here, and this is the middle of the head, right? And then this is, okay, because I'm trying to cut it in half. So what I'm trying to do is, like, I'm visualizing, bringing this up. That's roughly 8 heads tall. This is bringing, and then I'm bringing the head in, right? Bringing the head right around there. Width, cutting it in half based on this diagonal cross section, right? Again, trying to see the overall box, but cutting that in half. And then this is getting cut in half, and that's one, and that's the other, right? That's the other foot. And trying to make some fucking sense of it while I organize it. Holy shit, that killed my goddamn brain, bro. But either way, I mean, I am proud of the fact that I'm not capable, but I'm trying to be capable. Again, it's all about trying to be capable. That's all learning is just you're just trying to be capable. You are not capable. We are not capable, right? If we're pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zone, what does that mean? We are outside of our comfort zone. We're outside of our capability zone, right? We're outside of our performance zone. We're outside of everything. And again, this was a mistake because the length was too short there, right? But I'm just trying to visualize the box to the best of my ability and like try to project it down here as well. and then we're trying to get the center. And I think this was supposed to be, how many heads wide did I make the shoulder? Like I said the shoulder would be, what is that? Is that like fucking one? It's 2 heads. So it's 2 heads wide. So it's like this, right? I need to fucking bring this up. Hold up. Let's see. Oh god, this is gonna hurt my fucking brain, but bring that up. Bring that up there, but it's 2 heads, and that's a bit too tall, but it's 2 heads, so that's 1 here, right? No, it's 1 here. And then another half. There you go. So this is our... And I can't think about the diagonal cross sections right now. Like I genuinely cannot think about the diagonal cross sections right now. And this is obviously, like, I put it too high. Again, I can't spatially reason this being in the center of the ellipse either. Like that I fucked up, but whew. And again, I think I fucked this up too, because if this is half, then this needs to be a bit wider as well, right? All very, very difficult to calculate, but I'm gonna rest my brain. If we actually turn this upside down, we'll see that, oh, it's not perfect, but it's an attempt, which is all that matters, right? So I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. And I have that Hindi song stuck in my head. Tujhe bula diya. Yeah, I can't sing, so this is, I'm not skilled enough as a singer. I don't have the vocal cords to gluck the audio, right? But anyways, back to fucking really thinking about the box, right? And this is the biggest ROI, is like constantly thinking about the box. Like I have to keep zooming out and trying to see the box where it is. At least now we've established the fact that like the size of the box in of itself and the width. So I know that, like I know for a fact that it's at least like I got the sizing down, right? It's basically like perfectly like 9 of these, right? Is it 9 of these? Like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What the fuck? Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there you go. okay, but it is like we just have to keep thinking about the box. I have to keep calculating, and at least we got like a system down. Obviously, these feet are an obstruction, right? And now I also have to think about the center point of this box as well. So like that's also extremely difficult, because just because I've established the sizing of the box doesn't mean suddenly it's just a lot easier to see it, right? It's still very, very difficult to see the box, right? Like it's still incredibly difficult to see the box, but at least we have something established within it in and of itself, right? So this is the corner, and I have to think like, and I can barely calculate this, but I have to think about where the let's see, that comes up there. So the center line's like right around there, right? There is the center line. No, it's right, like the diagonal cross section. So it's right there, and so my center line's like right around here somewhere, and that is where this diagonal cross section, because if this is my box and this is the main diagonal cross section, like right around here, then this is cut in half, and then we have the subtle one, and that subtle one seems to be pretty accurate, and this is the same diagonal cross. This is like the half diagonal cross section. What I'm saying is, like, if this is the front plane, right, and then we're cutting in half like this, right, and then when you center it, and then you get another diagonal from the top left to the bottom right, and vice versa, right, that diagonal, like these diagonals, is what the arm follows. Like that is what the arm is following, and it's obviously trying to hit the center plane to the best of its ability, right? And again, like I can't see this all that well. By all that well, I mean I can barely fucking calculate it, and it's taxing the shit out of my mind. And that's exactly why I must keep trying to visualize and to calculate it, right? Like that is literally the fucking job that is at hand. Is like that is why I must continue to try to calculate it, right? And same thing here, like okay, if that's the diagonal, then again I'm trying to think about the box. I'm trying to think about the box, and then if this is this diagonal, like this extreme diagonal, right? Because it's right around here, so it's right there. That that, and then okay, so it's this extreme diagonal, and then I bring it back up, cut it in half, and then go this way, right? And then that is the perspective and the perspective line for this one. There you go. That's not perfect. Actually, it should have been more. There you go. It should have been more pronounced, right? But either way, let me actually give this guy a nice little center line. There you go. Now we know he's a real person, right? It could be a she, but I'm specifically gendering him, right? Because I want to do this. So let's see. Okay, so now we have to think about what did I do here? Decide for the torso, right? So this is the center plane, and these are the feet, and this is actually pretty good because now the feet actually are right, and the torso should be right around here then, right? Because if the feet are following that diagonal as well, that's not bad actually. Holy shit, and I can barely visualize the box right now. I can barely visualize it, and that's the thing. I have to keep contextualizing everything back to that box, right? Like that's actually the only way to do this, is to keep contextualizing everything back to the box. And my speech is stilted because I'm trying to think as much as I can. Like I'm literally trying, and it's extremely difficult. Like I'm trying to think a lot about. Oh shit! I forgot to add the. There you go. I forgot to add the, and you can see my perspective is wavering, right? Like that hand perspective, that box for this hand is wrong. And this is where I'm constantly trying to zoom out, right? Like I'm really, like while I'm looking at this, I am really trying, like while I'm looking at this hand box, sorry, right? I don't know why I'm apologizing, fuck you. But while I'm looking at this hand box, this is because I care, man. While I'm looking at this hand box, I am really trying to zoom out and think about the overall perspective of this, like the overall width of this back bottom plane, right? And the diagonal cross sections for that, and then projecting it upwards to this top plane, and then trying to like think about this, yeah, this diagonal, fucking Jesus Christ, this diagonal cross section, right? And then this diagonal cross section right around there, right? Like it's gonna be wrong. Like I know it's wrong. I know that my brain is incapable of calculating all these things currently, right? Yet it cannot calculate it all yet, but I know that, oh my god, like all these items in my working memory being held, like it's incredible how much it taxes my brain. Like it's actually a fucking feat in and of itself that I'm able to just murder my brain to this degree. But you know what? It's a good system, I think. This is like a good system, because if we turn it upside down, we'll see that while there are issues, right? While there's definitely issues with the perspective, especially like this diagonal, right? Which should have been more, there you go, like that, right? But if we follow that, again, if we follow that diagonal right around here, and this one too, we'll see that, oh, okay, it actually is relatively accurate, you know? It's actually relatively accurate to the ones that the hands have. Like it's not perfect, but like it's actually relatively consistent, right? It's relatively, and again, I cannot see fucking outside this box. So the back, right? What the fuck? I cannot see outside this box. Like I genuinely can't. But this is also like one half and then the other half. Like it's not bad. I think I actually extended this out a bit too much, but I'm not aiming to be like absolutely perfect, but I'm trying to be. It's, how do I explain this? You aim for perfection. I aim for perfection such that whatever I make is much more grounded and believable. But perfection is not some penultimate goal. It is a standard that is based off to the best of my knowledge, right? Like right now, like I'm trying, like I hope that makes sense, right? Like it's not about being perfect. It's about aiming to whatever you believe is like the fucking most ideal, most geometrically accurate, most perfect or whatever. Because the more it is aligned with that as an output, right? And the intent that you're trying to achieve, the more believable it is and the more consistently proportionate it is, right? Like, again, these things do have parameters to be met, right? It's not a wishy-washy skill. Like, I say that all the time, but art is not a fucking, oh, just vibe it out and feel it out, so shut the fuck up. It doesn't exist. Like, you vibe it out and feel it out when you intuitively apply what you have explicitly practiced intentionally, right? Like, it's all the artists that say like I just vibe are just bullshitting, right? Because they're not just vibing. They are producing based on the thousands of hours of effort or hundreds of hours of effort, whatever the fucking effort that they put in, right? Like it is not a vibe, right? And that's okay. That's how it should be. That's how skill learning fucking works, right? A guitarist isn't just vibing it out by playing some random fucking strings. It's all based on the hundreds of hours from chords, arpeggios, scales, bunch of shit, right? As well as practicing pieces over and over and over and over again and understanding theory and all that crystallized declarative and procedural knowledge to then result. And by the way, declarative is I know, procedural is I do. But all that knowledge, i.e. all that repetition, right? To then get to the point where we're just like, haha, now I'm just gonna let myself flow and not think, right? And I experienced practitioners of any skill forget that. Every single one of them, they forget, they just literally forget their own journey, and then they're like, and then they tell newcomers, right, to just vibe it out, and then retarded newcomers are just like, I guess it's a vibe, but it's not a vibe, all right? It is very intentional, but this is not bad. I think this is actually like pretty good in terms of proportions. You can see obviously like my perspective suffered greatly there, right? And I couldn't even visualize that. Like I literally couldn't even tell that, but that was extremely difficult. Like that was extremely difficult. I'm gonna rest my brain, right? And again, like this isn't me saying that you shouldn't draw intuitively. I'm not telling you anything. I'm just telling you to listen to me. But yeah, I'm not saying that you shouldn't draw intuitively, but I'm saying that when you draw intuitively, understand that it is a reflection of the intentional practice that you've done beforehand, i.e. your intuition is based off of your existing knowledge, right? And your existing skill set and application, right? Because intuition by its nature is not thinking and flowing and letting previous muscle memory or whatever whatever established muscle memory exists to be the action that is to be what directs your output, right? Yeah, that's the best I can say it, right? Fucking you flow because you're not thinking, and it's all based on what you've done before, right? I don't know why the fuck I always try to make everything so complicated. I'm very what is it, the Reddit, like I'm very smart. He uses big words. I don't use big words. I actually don't even know how to spell, but unfortunately, for me and you, right, I am capable of using the internet. So here we are, right? Here we are. There you go. And this is... Okay, so I think this is my box. This is my bounding box. And this is like very important to me, right? Like being able to understand and calculate this, because this is the length, the height and the height and the height. Yeah, like that's roughly, and again, I'm not trying to be this incredibly perfect. I'm not trying to create something incredibly perfect, but I am trying to make it as feasible as possible. And again, that's why I'm constantly calculating, right? Like I'm trying to make myself, and again, I didn't even fucking draw this straight, so that's an issue. There you go, right? But I'm trying to make it as consistent as possible, right? In terms of like the box that I've chosen, or the box that I'm drawing, right? Like consistent with the proportion, right? And then this is, there you go, something like right there. Yeah, like it's really hard to reason this. It's genuinely really hard to reason this, especially when all this perspective, man, all this perspective just fucks you up. Like I don't even know if I did this correctly. I think I put a lot of space here and I didn't put enough space here. It might actually be a bit lower, perhaps, right? But you see, like this is literally what I'm trying to visualize, that it's so difficult for a box of this size to be visualized and then thought of its internal planes as well, right? Like I'm trying to think of its internal planes. Even while I draw this, I'm trying to think of its internal planes. And again, like I did not feel like drawing today, but I must put myself in extreme amounts of cognitive discomfort. Why? Because it's the only way I'm gonna learn. It's literally the only way I'm gonna learn, is just extreme amounts of cognitive friction, right? And trying to lean into that friction and feel good about it, which is what I'm forcing myself to do right now. I'm just forcing myself to feel good about the friction that I'm in, and holy shit, I fucked this up. So clearly I didn't align the head with the body accurately, right? Actually, yeah, now I see it. Now for some reason when I turn it around, I'm able to see it, but you can see everything is like misaligned. The feet are way off to the left, right? So that's a beautiful mistake. So, and that's why like it's a mistake again that I started with the feet first rather than the head first. See, like, because it's misaligned, right? See, this would come down here. Well, at least we can tell that what the mistake is, right? But that's why I'm now realizing that I must start with the head first. But I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. I'm not even gonna draw the diagonal cross sections. I mean, should I? Like, I don't even know if it makes a difference purely because I didn't even get it correct. But fucks, yeah, I fucked that up. Again, really bad tendency to try to cheat my way to the correct spot by bending the line, right? But this isn't too bad. This isn't like right now. What I'm saying is this isn't too bad in terms of my intersection and my application of the feet. See, that was a wrong line. Again, just force myself to feel good. And the fact that, like, the thing is, like, I think I can't even speak. But the fact that I'm trying to think about all of this, like, I'm honestly pretty proud of myself in that regard. Like, the fact that I'm forcing myself to think about all these things and, like, okay, so that's the center point, right? So the foot should have been here, right? And the same thing here. This is the center point, so the foot should have been right around here. All beautiful, beautiful mistakes. And then if the head was centered over here, then yeah, this is the diagonal. Like, this subtle diagonal right down in the center is what I'm trying to get. How did I even get the fucking center point right? Like, that doesn't even seem right to me. That literally does not seem right to me. There you go, let's try that again. Center point really right there? What the fuck? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Let's hold up. Hold the fuck up. And then what? It follows this, right? Oh yeah, okay, never mind. It follows this line. This perspective. Oh, okay. And then that's the center point? I clearly don't... Clearly? What the fuck? I can't speak. I clearly don't understand anything. Like, genuinely, I clearly don't understand anything at all. But trying to, right? But yeah, let me rest my brain. We'll keep going. This is why I think this is easily gonna take hundreds of repetitions, literally, like, of these, like, mannequin reps, right? Because the schema to see the box and to see to this level of fidelity, don't remember, like, everything is geometrically placed inside of this, or like it's aligned with the calculations, right? So if I can't see the box and the calculations correctly, I can't place everything accurately. And that's a good thing. Like, this is actually a pretty good attempt in my opinion. Like, this is a pretty good attempt. I clearly misaligned the feet, but it's not bad. Anyways, I'm gonna rest my brain. Do as well, please. Yeah, that song is really stuck in my head. God damn, I don't even remember who the singer was, but either way. You see, I purposefully made my voice shit at the end because I was like, oh shit, I'm embarrassed to sing on camera. Oh. But anyways, okay, what other angle can we do? Right, I obviously want to do a difficult angle. I'm just trying to think. Oh, okay, whatever, we'll just put the rep here. But I want to make it difficult for myself, as always. But I'm just trying to think. Because this is, dude, like, I love how much this challenges my brain. Like, I genuinely love this. I love this voice crack, but I love this, right? So I'm just trying to think. Should I... Okay, so... What's a really difficult angle? Because I don't want to keep doing the same shit. Like, I've already done... Okay, I guess I haven't done what I'm thinking about right now, which is, a box that's kind of in this angle. Like, actually no, let me see, something like, I don't want it to get in the way of the other boxes either, but technically it would be this, but I don't want to do that because that is the same angle. Maybe I shouldn't have put the fucking number 20 there, right? But okay, how about a box like this, right? How about a box like that? So I know the number 20 is there, but okay, wonderful. I have a lot of time. It's only been half an hour, but I'll start here. And again, let's try to visualize the box. And I think I need to make... I definitely, like, I'm still trying to find the balance between going fast and, like, explicitly, yeah, like, going fast and, like, trying to visualize everything going fast, as well as, like, applying the line, right? Like, the balance between applying the line, going fast, trying to visualize everything while applying, right? While also still, and even again, like while I'm drawing this, I'm still trying to really zoom out and think about the entire box. And you can tell like my speech is stilted because of how much I'm trying to think, right? Like I'm genuinely like my speech is stilted because of how much I'm trying to think, right? So, and even like the cylinder, something as quote unquote simple, it's not easy either, right? But something as simple as the cylinder, just trying to think about like the fucking how the box comes out here, and like it's fucking hurting my brain right now to try to even just calculate like this box evenly from because what did I just determine? I determined that the head width, right? The head width is what the box would be determined by, or like the head shape, actually the entire like head size, like the head plane, and then multiplying that by 3. Is that it? Like, is it something like this? Is that what it was? It was like we have this plane, and then we just, yeah, it's the width, so it's this distance right here. And these are arbitrary in the sense that like I am choosing to make it as such, right? Like I'm choosing that this is the width and this is why I'm making the box this way. But like it could be anything, but it could be based on other factors. You can reason it however you want, but I'm using the measurements of the head that I create as like as what creates the measurements of the box. Isn't like, it's 3 this way and it's 3 this way, right? Because that is how it helps me make sense. And right now I can barely calculate making it that way, but I need to now think about that, and then now I'm gonna project it outward, right? So again, in eight of these heads, so 2, 3. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I need to retain the center line of that while getting the head, and then thinking about the overall sizing of the box, which is fucking my brain up right now because like I'm trying to go in this perspective, right? I love how I said, actually no, that is the perspective I ended up going in. I thought I didn't, but I did, right? But I'm really trying to think about the diagonal cross sections. I'm really trying to think about the center point. I'm genuinely, dude, like I'm actually like struggling so much right now to think about this, right? And I think another big thing that would really help is actually calculating the diagonal cross sections and then immediately trying to find the center line, right? Like the center line, and applying that, because if I can apply that, then I should be able to apply, and I couldn't think there, like if I should be able to start from the torso, right? Would that help? I don't know. We'll have to see. Like we'll have to see what it is that I am currently trying to, because I'm really trying to see the bounding box, and I'm all basing it on the fucking proportions of the head, like 3 this way and 3 that way, right? But like I'm trying to fucking see out loud, and the way the center came into place is because I did this way, and then I did this diagonal cross section. So I did this diagonal cross section, this one, right? And then I'm like, okay, that's roughly the center, and then I projected it outward to the other side, right? And then I brought the center plane in, right? Brought the center plane in, and then I found the center point of that, and this is that line, right? This is the center point of that. So basically what I did is like I tried to basically calculate the center, and then I saw this center plane that is essentially like that is the center, right? Like the center of this plane, because this is the entire box, right? I saw this, I tried to calculate this diagonal cross section, I saw this center point, and I'm like, okay, now project the box outward, right? Because that's what I'm trying to do. And then I tried calculating the center point, that center line you see by doing this diagonal cross section, then bringing it out like that, right? But not all the way height, like only like 50% or whatever the fuck, like fucking 2.5 torso width. I don't know, but I don't know what the calculation for this is, right? But either way, extremely difficult. And then I'm trying to now reason the torso, the fucking shoulder width, right? And I can't see anything. I literally cannot see the box. I can't see the feet, and I actually probably should get the feet down first before anything, right? So again, 1, 2, 3. See, that's not even the center line. 1, 2, 3. Actually, it is. Never mind. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like right around there, right? That's the center point of the head. And then I'm trying to zoom out, dude. Like this is so many items in my working memory. Like it's taxing it to the core. And I don't know why I say that. I actually don't know why I say taxing it to the core. Is that a saying? Is that something people say? But it's taxing it. Goddammit, it's hurting. Like in a good way. It's beautiful, beautiful friction. And I'm trying to calculate the center feet, right? And this is where like I'm forcing myself to brute force the calculation, right? Like I'm literally forcing myself to brute force the calculation in terms of like seeing all the diagonal cross sections and everything. It may not be accurate. In fact, it most likely isn't accurate, but this is what I'm doing. Like, this is why I'm doing it as such, because I'm trying to automate the process of these diagonal cross sections and everything that I see, right? I'm literally trying to automate it. So in order to automate it, I actually have to, and again, like I'm trying to see the end of this box. I'm trying to see, and I'm trying to calculate it to the end of this as well, right? Because this goes out this way. Sorry, it goes out this way. What the fuck I can't see anything. This way and then this way, right? So okay, that's the edge, and then same thing, this is out that way and then up, right? So that's the edge, yeah, it comes up here, right? And then this is the box, right? This is roughly the box of this plane, like that's the bottom plane, and then I'm cutting it in half with the diagonal cross sections, and I'm cutting it half again, and then over here I'm trying to cut it in half, and it should be right around there, right around here. And let's see, I mean, at the end of the day, I can't see anything. At the end of the day, I can't see anything. But this, if I look at it this way, this is already a little bit better, I think. It's not like, I don't think it's super disjointed going in one way like these. And that's obviously something that purposefully is being done this way because I'm purposefully choosing difficult angles, right? But that really taxed my brain. Like, that genuinely taxed the fuck out of my brain. And I hope, again, I'm really trying my best to verbalize what I'm going through in terms of, like, you know, the emotional experience, you know, but like the cognitive faculties that I'm utilizing, the calculations I'm making, right? What I was struggling with here was trying to hold this entire width, like proportionally, like that way, calculated this way, that way, hold the box, hold that plane, project it outward, 8 length, right? And then trying to like make it accurate and hold it like this point here, that point here, this plane in general, and then cut it in half, then diagonal, and then put that in the center point. I was really struggling with holding all of that. Even now, while I'm looking here, I'm trying my fucking best to just see at least one, like at least a diagonal cross section that makes sense. You know, like at least a little bit of a diagonal cross section that makes sense. And I'm trying to cut it in half right now, and then see the more subtle one. And I think I actually got a decent amount with that, but this still is like, I don't think this foot is accurate, but. Oh man, that's beautifully difficult. I think I'm definitely onto something when it comes to the landmarks that I'm making though, because I wasn't making these landmarks before, but I 100% think it should be, not should, but I think like I'm going to try to figure out a system of just, at the very least, make sure the head, then maybe not the neck, but the head, the bottom of the torso, right, the ending point of the torso, and then the bottom of the feet are like, because these are the landmarks that basically tell me like where everything is, and like this is actually what helps me consistently view the bounding box, right? Even right now, like while I'm really trying to think about the diagonal cross sections on every single plane, but I literally can't, but I'm trying. So please rest your brain. All right, wonderful. But yeah, this is why I do things the very hard way, because the hard way is the veiny way, and the veiny way is the stainy way. I don't know, that not only did that not make sense, it was quite disgusting. I mean, I was going for shock value, but I shocked myself at how gross it was, right? But anyways, like even while I'm drawing these lines, like I'm really trying to just zoom out, like, and this right here, like drawing the lines, I'm trying to zoom out and like literally look down here and see diagonal cross sections like going like this. And again, I don't know if this is correct. Let's see if it's going like this, right? Is that accurate? No, because it's way too far out. And it's, yeah, so it should be going like this. There you go. That's better because it's coming out this way, like this way, and then out here, right? So that is actually my diagonal cross section. And same thing here. This is my diagonal cross. There you go. That's my diagonal cross section, right on there. Like, that's the point. Like it's going from this point to this point because again, I'm going out this way, but one of this, and then I'm going out like from this edge here, and then I'm going out this way. One unit. This is one length of this, right? So that is my box. It's literally my fucking box, right? And it's very hard to understand that, right? Very hard to understand that, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here struggling, right? Like, and I will consistently struggle until I don't, right? And it's like, how do you keep going? How do you keep going when you fucking struggle to this extent, right? And the answer is you just keep trying. Because like again, I try to hold like let's say this is the middle point, right? Like this comes out here, and then that is the edge over there, and then same thing like bottom here, right? And then that's the end over there. So like it's just, I don't know what else to tell myself apart from just keep fucking trying, right? Like keep trying to hold all the diagonal cross section, keep seeing these invisible planes, these invisible boxes, keep calculating them, right? Like what else can I tell myself apart from that? Because again, like this is a box, right? And this is the center line, and then this is one head width, right? So if I bring it up here, it's a one head width, like fucking like right like this, right? One head width, and then it's another half, like so first let me get this. That neck is way too fucking short, bro. That's a fucking disgustingly short neck. But no, I don't even think I did that. I just don't understand what I'm doing, to be honest. And that feeling of not understanding is just something I have to lean into. Like objectively, that's just something I have to lean into, and I can barely understand the box in and of itself, right? But if I try to do any sort of understanding, that is the center line, right? And this is roughly where the let's see, that's the center line, and then this is the back end of that center line. Like okay, so this, I'm trying to think out loud right now, but this plane, right, this plane comes right around there, right, roughly, like this back end of the, what the fuck, the back end, this plane, okay, this plane comes right on there, the back end of it comes right there. I'm trying to visualize this, right? And let's see, what the fuck is happening? Do I even, yeah, okay, that is correct. It comes back there, and then the diagonal cross section is roughly right around, I don't know. I don't know. I literally, like, my brain is hurting so much trying to fathom this right now, but all that can be done is we keep moving forward until our enemies are destroyed. AOT, right? And let's see. And okay, so let's try to get at least the fucking torso to make sense a little bit. And again, like, I'm trying so hard to see, but I'm telling you, there's no seeing happening, right? There's literally very, very little seeing happening. And again, I'm trying to get the diagonal cross sections to be accurate as well. Like, at least with the arm, right? Trying to get this diagonal to make sense. But it's extremely difficult, and I'm doing this while trying to make sure my lines are also clean as well. I'm trying to zoom out, I'm trying to think about the boxes, all that shit. Like, it's, and again, like, this is what I want to say is, like, how do you keep persevering? It's like understanding, for me personally, right? For me, that doesn't look too bad, actually. But for me personally, it's about understanding that when it looks like shit and you feel like a fucking idiot, right? When it looks like shit and you feel like a fucking moron, that is my indicator that I'm on the right path, right? Like, that is literally my indicator that I'm on the right path, because it's, and again, you can see these feet are misaligned because this diagonal is not good, but they're not the same. Like, this diagonal is not the same as this diagonal, right? And they're supposed to be the same because they're supposed to be aligned exactly the same, right? But for me, that's the only indicator that I have that I am actually, like, right now I'm trying to hold the box in my mind. I'm really trying to hold the box in my mind, but again, my working memory is, it's like, think about it, I'm trying to hold multiple calculations of the box in proportion while also aligning it with what this item is, which is multiple items in perspective, right? Well, multiple boxes in perspective, and that is a gargantuan task. Like, that is literally a gargantuan task for your working memory, right? Which is your RAM. That's your fucking RAM. Like, how many things can you hold in your mind while you apply something, right? Like, it's, I don't even know how to explain it, bro. Like, it's just, I mean, I can't explain it. It's my astrocytic glycogen is being utilized by my prefrontal cortex and my parietal lobe, right? My fucking, my brain is in output regression, right? My brain is in output regression trying to understand and consolidate, chunk this, you know, this information, which is the box, and like the bounding box and the geometric parameters inside of it, right? The simple forms inside of it. It's really trying to understand all of that while also applying a line 20 to 30% faster than I'm used to, while also zooming out and continually try to think about the box. My brain is incapable, without a fucking doubt, of doing any of those things at the same time, which is why it's building a mental model, right? It's why my lines are suffering. It's why I'm literally in output regression. And this is where I attach dopamine to the process, right? And again, like I fucked this line up too because this leg ended up becoming too thin, right? Let's add the center line for this head, right? The center lines. Let's see how it looks. That actually looks pretty good. That actually looks pretty good. Holy shit, my brain was dying there. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain. I'm gonna draw the bounding box, and then we're gonna do. Clearly, I only have time for one more, right? But holy shit, that fucking killed my brain. Oh my god, that was incredible. That was actually great. That was. And that's progress. That's what it feels like, right? That's what it feels like. It feels like extreme discomfort, right? And it's just friction, by the way. It's just friction. When I say extreme discomfort, if you associate the word pain, frustration, right, like this aversion to that, that's a mindset issue and that's a practice issue. Like that's how you approach your practice issue, right? Like it's just friction, right? It's that's all it is, right? And it is uncomfortable. It is a feeling that is derived from acetylcholine and norepinephrine, right? And these chemicals are being released to trying to spotlight what the problem is. And the errors is what you attach dopamine to. Like I was fucking like, forcing myself to feel good the entire time and even to right now, when I can't see the box, when I can't like accurately bring it up. But again, this is only 20 reps in. 20 reps in. That's like what, 6 hours? 7 hours. I think we're like, yeah, 7. We're on 6 to 7 hours in, right? So that's it. And already like it's a pretty sizable difference. Like I made a lot of mistakes before. These were okay, and then this shit like got way too long, and this was a fuck up and all that stuff. And sorry, this was a fuck up. But already like we just keep trying to keep refining, and that's how our brain learns, right? We just keep putting in the effort, trying to hold as many items in our working memory as much as we can. Enter output regression, which is like we're at the height of our cognitive friction, right? Which is your brain is essentially utilize all of its energy reserves. It's astrocytic glycogen, which is being vied for as a resource by your parietal lobe, the prefrontal cortex, and the motor cortex. You're in output regression. You're trying your hardest to do the thing, but you're outputting worse. It's regressing. It's getting worse. And then you try to lean into that for a little bit longer, and then you rest your brain, just like I'm gonna do now, and I encourage you to do. And that's how you learn, ha ha ha. But again, it won't mean anything right now, because this, again, my drawings look like shit, but I don't know how many people understand that these shit drawings are literally what's creating the foundation. Again, like these, oh fuck, I dropped my piece of paper, but the other one that I have ready. But those drawings, like this shit is what creates this, like, or this understanding of space, right? So maybe one person hopefully will understand it, right? And I'm only saying it, like, I don't think you guys are fucking dumb, but I feel as if people just actually don't, like, I don't know, I just don't know if people actually understand what I'm fucking saying. Like, hey, like, this is literally how he practices. He utilizes neuroscience, he removes his ego from the process, he views errors as data, he attaches dopamine to the data, i.e. the errors, based on neuroscience, attaching dopamine to errors, right? He purely breaks down his learning as a set of neurological processes, which can, processes, I don't know, processes, I don't know, that can be essentially objectively capitalized onto his benefit, right? And he does the hardest things, which is the visualization and calculation of the box, right? And increasing the scale of it and visualizing through the box and the diagonal cross sections and using it as a bounding parameter to contextually change the subject of which he does through like hands, portrait, whatever the fuck, right? Challenge 52, but and that utilizing contextual what the fuck, like the fuck was it called again? Interleaving? Yeah, interleaving. Right? All these things. Like I hope somebody understands that it's just a very methodological way of approaching learning and completely ensuring that my brain is bulletproof. Like it's indestructible to burnout, right? Like I don't feel burnout when it comes to art because I always know that the goal is simply cognitive friction and pushing my geometric spatial reasoning, but just my draftsmanship. Currently is geometric spatial reasoning, but just my draftsmanship to its limit, and doing that looks like shit. Right? But again, right now it's the building years. We're only a year and a half into the channel, 3 years, 9 months into my own art journey, right? Like it'll be another 5 to 8 years before this all comes to fruition and compounds to the point where people will come back here and be like, oh, I see now, oh, I get it. Right? But I would really hope some of you would actually like take this to heart and heed the mentality at the very least, and the way to approach your learning, right? And this amounts to everything, not just art, right? Essentially, be like me. Now rest your brain. And we can actually check if this like worked decently well. Because if I look at the length here, like if we look at this length of the head, right, and then I project it outward, that's actually pretty good. So we are getting better. Like even here, right, projected outward. Like this is actually a undercut a little bit, right? So like we are getting better. Like I literally am getting better. Even this, like the head, bring it out. Like it's like my legs were too short before, but now this is a bit better, right? So like it's these micro gains, and the micro wins is where the effort-based reward system comes from, right? Where it's like, am I trying, right? And I see this rhetoric, and I've seen a rhetoric, right? Rhetoric, I'm pretty sure it's a rhetoric, but I've seen a rhetoric that trying doesn't matter, and I wholeheartedly reject that statement. Like I reject it fucking a lot, like immensely, because trying is the only thing that matters. Like if you're not trying, like if we don't try, then how can we measure our success, right? Like I just don't understand that logic, right? Like how is trying not something that matters? And of course, this literally could just be some fucking random argument I saw on the internet once, right? And then I'm like, all right, great thing to just segue into me having an opinion on it. But genuinely, I think trying is the only thing that matters, right? Trying in the right things to the best of your ability is the only thing that matters. And again, like I want to be very clear. Somebody might come to this channel and be like, damn, I haven't tried in my spatial reasoning, right? Like I didn't put in the work that he did, because I can see that. I can see that. Like right now, like people might pull up now or later, where the fuck, and they might be like, oh shit, dude, like this guy just he did the thing where he just turned his brain off, right? And he listened to everybody better than him, which is what I say. Like I just listened. Like if you look at my welcome to my art progress channel, this is a video for not that one. Just welcome to my art progress channel. Watch me become great. First video on my channel, right? I literally started with being like, what is the point of this channel? It's to prove like it's just like, what if somebody just listens to the artists? Like what if somebody just listens to them? Like turns their brain off, turns their ego off, and just believes what they say, which is fundamentals. Right? Which is fundamentals. Like, what if somebody just did that? You know, that's the whole point of this, right? Not the whole point, but that is a pretty big point. Okay, see, and again, like right now, I want to feel frustration and uncomfortable from fucking up that line, but instead, I'm just attaching dopamine to it, and that's just another data point, right? But the point is like, what if somebody just listened? You know, what if somebody actually just threw their fucking ego in the trash, right? And listened? It's hard to do. It's very hard to do. Like genuinely, and I think this is diverging. Yeah, because this is incorrect, right? But so yeah, so these feet are definitely, see, like my brain wants to make it aligned with the feet, but it's incorrect, right? But and yeah, like somebody might be thinking like, oh shit, he did the thing, like fuck man, I didn't do that. I see, like I actually aligned this, misaligned this as well. See, I'm making fucking bare mistakes, right? But I didn't do that. Like I didn't like do the quote unquote like fundamentals first, or like learn how to enjoy, like all that shit. And my answer to that is like, it doesn't really matter. See, oh, I fucked this up too. Like look how many things I'm fucking up right now, because I don't even understand my own box. Like I literally don't understand my own box. Oh no, never mind. I confused myself. Yeah, I confused. Oh dude, and you see these lines going off. Like I'm literally confusing myself with my own box. There you go. That's where the attachment is, because like this is starting to look like inverted, right? But and I know I'm just like fucking talking in circles right now, because I'm really trying to figure out what the fuck's going on here. But what's it called? What I'm trying to say is, please do not let my practice and the supposed efficiency of my practice, right, deter you from also taking away the core. See, that's off. But taking the core message of what I'm trying to say, which is the fact that anybody can learn to enjoy drawing. Anybody can learn to enjoy learning, right? Like learning is a skill. right? And everybody is capable of that skill. Like that's really the biggest point I like to make ever, is that everybody is capable of enjoying the skill of learning, right? And if you feel as if like, oh damn, I've been drawing for so long and I haven't done the fundamental practice and all that shit, right? Well, guess what? You've still been drawing, no? You've been getting in mileage. Yeah, what, like, there's that, like, I mean, I've said the argument where it's like, if you're fucking not drawing properly, you're doodling, blah, blah, blah. But the point is, like, you're still getting mileage, right? You have gotten mileage. And even if it wasn't mileage directed towards the fundamentals and all that shit, right? You have experience of mileage. You have experience of doing things. You have experience of doing things consistently. You have experience of just going off on things, right? Or just doing it. So that 100% translates over to your ability to just being able to apply it to now practicing something intentionally, right? Because I don't have that. You, like, if you've been drawing for longer than me, right? I've been drawing for 3 years and 9 months. Any of you who've been drawing longer than me by a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, right? And let's say like your fundamentals are worse than mine, right? Like let's say that you're incapable of spatially reasoning and applying line work to this degree, right? Let's just say if you've been drawing like even like fucking a couple years more than me and like, or 5 years more, whatever, and you can't do this, right? But what you have over me as a completely unfair advantage that you please take advantage of is the fact that my lines are still dog shit. My line confidence, I don't have the mileage to confidently make lines to the degree that you likely do, right? And even if I do, you still have the experience of mark making over me. So there's always an advantage. Like even if you believe you've wasted things, there's always an advantage, right? And I would wholeheartedly encourage you to remember that, because, and the one advantage every single one of you have is that you are capable of learning. So okay, so this is where the center point is, right? So something like this is the halfway point. So that's the halfway point. I'm still trying to figure this box out, bro. I'm like this, like I'm fucking confusing myself. I'm literally confusing myself. God damn it. But God, and my lines are again, force myself to feel good, because my first reaction that I want to have is like, my lines are ass, I'm so shit, god damn it, kill me. But instead it's like, ha ha ha, my lines are ass, I feel so good. Brain, please notice that, brain. Right? Attaching dopamine, come on, norepinephrine, come on, acetylcholine, do your fucking thing, you piece of, I mean, I love you, please do it. Alright, but yeah, like, see, the feet are off, so they should have been around here somewhere, and this one should have been around there somewhere. And then would I have gotten this subtle diagonal? Yeah, that, I don't even know how the fuck I managed this. I don't even know. I don't think my box is accurate. I think there's a lot of things wrong. I think I got my center planes wrong too, because again, it's so hard to draw a box this large. But it's been 57 minutes. Fuck it. We'll just do another quick, not quick. We'll do another brain grindy repetition, right? Rep number 21. But yeah, all I want to say is like, there's every player on the board has an advantage. You're new, congrats. You're not like me, right? Like I'm new, okay. A blank slate. I have no bad habits, right? I can immediately just like, okay, I've decided I'm just gonna practice what everybody tells me to practice, right? But even now, I'll probably have habits that I could have done better for somebody who does exactly what I did, but managed to like avoid the pitfalls that I did, that I had to unlearn, right? When it comes to like holding my pen and having loose grip, like those things, like I have to unlearn now because I used to hold my pen way too tight, right? Right, like the inability to like zoom out and visualize. Like there's always an advantage, you know, no matter who you are. I genuinely believe every single one of you is capable of learning, right? Like it's a skill, and I hope I've consistently given you actionable steps and literally a mental framework that you can keep repeating in order to keep learning effectively, right? Like I don't know how the fuck else I can goddamn give you dipshits more help than that, right? I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, like I want to say it doesn't matter who you are. What matters is what you do, right? What matters is who you subscribe to. You know what to do. I couldn't think of another like rhyme for that, so I butchered it a little bit. But even now, like while I'm drawing this, I'm trying to think as much as I can about the perspective, and I actually haven't even decided a perspective for this, but I guess we'll do a box like this. Right, yeah, we'll do a box going in this direction, and again, like trying to, and this is like, this actually like the bounding box actually goes outside of the page, right? It goes like, because it goes up this way, right, up this way, and then it goes out here. So this is roughly where the corner is. But I'm trying to hold that all in my mind, right? Because I'm trying to get the diagonal cross section. I'm trying to really think about the box. And I'm telling you, I feel like a fucking idiot, because how many times have I been unable to think about the box this session? Hundreds. I've been trying so hard and I can barely think. It's an extremely difficult skill. And this I already fucked up. See, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's wrong. That's so wrong. Well, I can tell intuitively that's wrong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we'll just make it down there. So that's the center point, right? So that's that. And then, okay, I'm trying to get the feet down, right? I'm trying to get the feet down. I'm trying to get this over here as well. But I'm trying to get the feet down. And then I'm trying to think about the, let's see, I'm trying to think about the diagonal cross section. And then, okay, 1 foot should be roughly around here, right? And I'm trying to zoom out, but it's so fucking difficult. Like, I am trying to zoom out as much as I can, but it is so incredibly difficult to think about the box and the diagonal cross sections. But I'm forcing myself to feel good right now because of how difficult it is, right? Because I'm forcing myself to think. I'm forcing myself to think. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is I constantly keep forcing myself to think. Right, and then let's see, bring it back. I'm trying to think about the box. I'm trying to think about this corner, like how this relates in terms of this width and this going down, and that's the corner. It comes down here roughly, and then okay, like that's the box. This comes down there. What about here, down there? It comes up here. Okay, this is the edge of this box. Okay, this is the diagonal cross section roughly, and then that's the other diagonal cross section. So we got the half line, and then this over here, and then this diagonal, and then okay, I think it's right around here, right? And again, am I trying to be perfect? Yes and no, right? Like I'm trying to get a perfect visualization, but you can already see this is off. I hope we can already see that this is actually like off, right? And that's a good thing. I feel good about that. I am attaching dopamine to mistakes, right? Like I am, and again, I lost the box again. Like while I'm drawing this cylinder, right, I am losing the box, but that's fine. I actually shouldn't have drawn that line because it's gonna interfere with the torso, like the shoulder width, not the torso width, but yeah, but technically, yeah, the shoulder, like the shoulder width. Can't even think now. But anyways, and again, because I'm an output regression, but because I made this too far away as well. This foot is too far away. That's why it looks lopsided now, right? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Maybe this head isn't even that fucking tall. But either way, try to get the center line, right? And I'm trying to get the center line, and I'm really trying to calculate this properly. Like I'm really trying to calculate this up here, right? Trying to get the center line. Up there, right? No, it's like up here, and then, yeah, there you go. That's the box. Or is it up here and fucking up here? That doesn't make any fucking sense. It's trying to get the width, and then we're trying to get the depth. Yeah, there you go. Width, and then the depth. This is X and then Z, right? This is my Z. So X, Z, that's Y. X, Z. Trying to get the box, trying to hold that as much as I can. And then let's try to get the diagonal cross section, right? Diagonal cross section right around there. And then other one is going to be right around here. So that means roughly my middle is right around there. And then this is where I need to get the torso in line, right? We need to get the torso to be, because this is my diagonal. That's my fucking, that's where my arm is, I believe, right? And then same thing, because I can only see the outside one. I couldn't see any of the diagonal cross sections. So I need to see the other one as well. And it needs to be right around here, right? Right around here, I believe. And I don't know if I calculated that accurately, right? I don't know if I calculated that accurately, but roughly that should be, that should be it, right? And it is going to be incorrect. Like, it can't even speak, but it is going to be incorrect. But I'm going to keep trying to visualize the, and then let's get the fucking, okay, let's get the goddamn neck to be halfway. But again, then I keep making the neck way too damn short. Yeah, that's way too short. It's supposed to be half the head, so fuck it. Let's just do that. And then that is, it's supposed to be, okay, because I'm trying to bring this out, right? So it's supposed to be roughly one head size, and then half. Right, that's the arbitrary unit of measurement that I've given. And again, like I'm in pure output regression. So, and I know like we're way past the time. No, it's only 4 minutes, so that's good. And you can see my line work is suffering. Like I couldn't confidently make that stroke, right? There's many strokes I can make confidently, but not this one. But, and then I'm just gonna connect these. And again, like this line that I'm gonna make right here, this diagonal is gonna be this. It's this fucking this diagonal. And then this diagonal, right? fuck, wait, what the fuck? It's, this is my box right around there. So it's this diagonal, and then it's cut in half, and then it's this super subtle diagonal. Okay, I think that is accurate. Okay, I could barely see anything there. But I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. God damn. All right, cool. Fuck, that was very difficult. I mean, I hope I explained what I was going through there as well as I could. But basically, like, I was having a lot of trouble calculating the box, right, and making it accurate. Like overall, like right now, I'm actually able to do it pretty decently. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually able to calculate the box. Like holy shit, I'm actually able to see the diagonal cross section here, this one here, right, and then this one here, right, and then like the center line, and then this subtle one, right, and then this subtle one. So that's actually like I can see that now, which is crazy to me, and it's a good thing. But the only reason I'm able to see that right now is because I just fucking rested my brain for that little bit, utilizing the micro gap effect. But the second I start applying these lines, it's gone. Like I literally don't see it anymore, right? So it's a skill. Like again, it's a working memory. It's all about the working memory. Like the second you start adding more items in your working memory to visualize, to calculate, it's fucking gone. And I keep making the mistake of forgetting to add the hands, right? That is a mistake. That is a genuine bona fide mistake, right? And this constantly challenges my spatial reasoning as well, right? Because I don't know why, but it's so hard for me to understand where the fuck this perspective is. And you can see I fucked that left hand up, or the right hand technically up, right? But it's, for some reason, it's really hard for me to spatially reason. And I can't think about the bounding box anymore. But again, now that I reminded myself that I can't think about the bounding box anymore, I am actively making an effort to think about the bounding box. Does that make sense? Like constantly reminding myself, and even like while I'm drawing here, I'm trying to think about this invisible plane and the diagonal cross sections that are within that invisible plane. Am I doing it accurately? No. Am I doing it effectively? No. But am I trying to at least reason it? Yes, right? And that is what is allowing me to draw this currently, right? And this is half, and then this is the other half. That's pretty good. That's actually like it's getting more consistent. Like my proportions are definitely improving, right? And like I think the only thing left is like the logic of, not only thing, one of the biggest fucking things left is the logic. And again, even while I'm looking here, I'm really trying to remind myself, remind myself, like, hey, this is where the edge of this box is, right? And that's where this is, and then that's where your diagonal cross sections are, and this is the center point. This is the other diagonal, other diagonal, other diagonal, other diagonal, right? Like I'm constantly trying to remind myself of that logic of the box, constantly trying to remind myself that this is inside a space, and that's the skill we're building. The skill I am building is not just it's really not drawing a fucking mannequin. It's placing something and reminding myself the space that the thing is placed in, right? Like that is the skill that's being built. It is really not a mannequin at all. The mannequin, this could be anything. Like this could and it is anything. It is a hand. It is a portrait. It is and the portrait one's obviously 10 times, fucking like 100 times more intense. But it is a hand. It is a portrait. It is anything, right? Like it is genuinely does not matter. It is a fucking Challenge 52 box, right? It really doesn't matter what it is. What matters is the fact that we're contextualizing it constantly within this extremely difficult cognitive labor, like this cognitively demanding task of visualizing a box that is bounding this. And one huge mistake I made just now, I realized, you probably noticed it already way back, is the fact that I diverged the front plane. But if we look at it like this, it's not bad, right? It looks like it's decent in perspective. Definitely looks like it's decent in perspective, right? It's been an hour and 9 minutes, and again, that was very cognitively demanding. So again, like what was I trying to calculate? I was trying to calculate the head this way, and then going up like this, and then same thing here, right? This way, going up like so, and then I was like, okay, that's the top part of my box, and then same thing going down, right? That's the bottom part of my box, of my plane, right? Trying to calculate it, and then this is the bounding, right? And then it comes over here, and then we got like this is, if this is where the bottom plane is, then it's like, okay, it comes out here roughly this much, you know, and that's the center point of my box. So let's just see. That's not bad. Nope, see, I tried to cheat it. There you go, roughly that's the center point. And this is my box right around here. Trying to bring it up, trying to make sure it makes sense, right? Same thing. And like, dude, actually no, that's completely off. See, I'm struggling because I keep getting misguided by my own like the feet placement that I do here. Like I'm getting misguided by that. And if I actually look at the fuck I did here, right? I think the biggest issue is the fact that I didn't make the width of this box wide enough. I don't know, bro. What did I do? I actually don't know. It feels as if the bounding box needs work, right? But I mean, hopefully you can see that I'm constantly just trying to figure things out. Like at the end of the day, that is the penultimate goal, is to just see, like, okay, it's completely misplaced. There you go. You can tell, yeah, like you see this is basically going straight, right? So the left leg is the entire like right side is misaligned, like it's too aligned to the right, but I need to not think about the alignment to the feet. That's actually what's fucking me up, is like I need to not think about the alignment to the feet, because the feet are what are obviously misaligned, right? The feet are misaligned, and I just need to think about my overall, like I just need to project the box outward from where it currently is. Like ignore everything else and just project it outward from where it currently stands, right? Or sits or rests or whatever the fuck. And then again, like attaching dopamine to, because that line was fucking horrendous, so I have to fix it like that, right? And this is what it is attached inside to, you know? And then again, like this is the diagonal cross section that I am trying to understand, right? Emphasis on trying to understand. Again, like even just getting the cross sections correct takes a lot of energy to go from one point to another for me, right? Like I struggle with a million things, and I think it should hopefully be grounding, right? I want it to be like grounding. I don't know about motivational, because I don't think there's anything motivational about me. But oh, it was pretty funny. Like I'm in the Xifid, the YouTuber, right? Really chill guy. But I'm in his Discord, and somebody in that Discord like actually reached out to me today. Like I woke up and I just got a message from them, and they're like, "Yo, bro, can you please help me how to like this artwod exercise? That's the one from my beginner artist video, right?" And he was like, I was just like, "Oh yeah, sure." Like I gave him, like I told him how it worked and all that shit, right? And he was like, "Great, thanks." But then I was like, like where does this come from, right? And then I realized like I was mentioned in the Sifid Discord, and it's funny because he called me like a goat when he linked my channel, because he was like, because he linked my thing and somebody's like, "Good job, that looks good," right? And he's like, "Oh, it wasn't me, like it's this guy," right? Like, he's like, "Oh, it's Viggy the goat," and then the two people gave it like the X emoji. They're like, "No," and then somebody else was just like, "Why'd you X it?" And then the other person was just like, "Because he's not the goat," and I'm like, "That's funny, you know, because I'm not the goat, it's true, but people have such a visceral reaction to that word, right? And that's incorrect. But again, like this is literally the fuckery that I'm trying to see, and it's so hard, man. It's so fucking difficult to visualize all of this, but I'm just trying to like get the center points, right? This is the center point for over here, so like this is actually where the arm should have been, roughly, right? Because like this yeah, like this is technically the center point, or this should have been the center point of the box. I think I drew the box wrong again. Oh my god, there's a lot to figure out. And again, I can feel frustrated or I can feel good, but like I'm telling my brain, like there's something here you got to figure out. Like there's something wrong here in terms of how it's aligned. And I don't know, anybody who comments like on this video is not going to be commenting for years on end. So anybody who does comment on it, you're just going to be explaining to yourself what you think is working, what you think isn't working. So please go ahead for your own sake. But like by that point, I'll have figured this out, and we'll be on fucking figures part 765 or some shit, right? So this is like, I will figure it out. And that's the one belief I want you to always have. I will figure it out, right? I don't have the skill yet. I'm incapable currently, right? Wow, I wish I could draw that. And then in brackets, wait, I will. Just not now, but I will, given enough time and effort, right? Again, on a long enough time horizon, given enough time, given enough intentional repetitions, give me 500 more hours, etc., right? I will figure it out, right? And that's the only thing that we can ever keep telling ourselves, because that's the only thing that matters. And with that being said, with that hashtag Vicky inspiration, right? With that being said, hope you tried your best. Hope you put in a lot of fucking effort. And as always, and again, I always feel like I didn't put enough effort, but I was trying and my brain is hurting, which is all that matters, right? So as always, and clearly I'm making micro progress. But anyways, Jesus Christ, fucking as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please, give me money.